WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
The following program is paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Set, red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig, on a beautiful Saturday morning here in the locker room on 97.3 ESPN. Hello, Mr. Dave Klemic.
Caffeinated, activated, ready to roll.
I love it. Caffeinated, activated. Activated. Ready to go. What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
We got Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig,
with
in
a
the
fresh
studio
haircut,
today.
too.
He's wearing his Kelly Green. I love it, man. Good morning, Josh.
Clemic's got to turn down his device over there. I don't know.
Klemic.
We've been trying to do this. This is a weekly problem for him.
I got a text message from my boy Dave Klemic like 5 minutes before the show. He goes, "I'm coming in hot."
Yeah, it was like driving a Jeep much faster than it's supposed to be driven. But you know
Why the speedometer is only 60?
Yeah, one light's out right now. I'm rolling dirty, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
All right, guys. I'm on my article that I write every Friday, and I send it to Josh for editing. I wrote that I've officially hit the panic button for both my teams, my Phillies and my Eagles, and we're going to get into a lot of Eagles talk because not happy with the way things went last Monday night on national television. We got a lot of problems, and we're going to address some of them today. So we'll talk some Eagles. Phillies baseball. While the Phillies clinched a playoff spot, which was, pretty much guaranteed in June or July and August that they're going to make the playoffs. The fact that they won last night in New York and the fact that they scored a lot of runs, they won 12 to 3 or something like 12 to 4, 12 to 2. I'm still worried about the Philadelphia Phillies being inconsistent. And we'll talk some Phillies baseball at the bottom of the hour. We're going to talk with Tommy Greene. We're going to go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by Blitz's Market. And we're going to talk to him about some Phillies baseball. At 11 o'clock, we have Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda. Now, you know he's going to go off today.
He's coming in hot.
He's talking about coming in hot. Yeah. He's going to have a lot to complain about. Right?
He's coming in hot this week. You're going to hear the most hyperbolic
I can't wait to talk to Mr. Negadelphia because I'm going to be taking a page out of his book. I'm going to address some of the problems that I see.
You know what, though? I think you could calm down a little bit.
I don't think I can.
Look, if Saquon Barkley makes that catch, the game is won.
Agreed.
That's it.
Agreed.
That's a player problem.
Right.
That's not.
They can fix that.
Office. That's not a coaching thing.
Right.
He dropped the pass,
and he admitted it.
If he caught that pass, we controlled that entire game. And if he catches that pass,
I'm not so upset about the play call because it was there. And if it didn't work, Jalen Hurts had the ability and probably the freedom to run that ball, tuck it and run it, and then they get the first down on the push.
That's the next thing I was going to say.
So I'm not so everybody's giving Nick Sirianni grief because of the play call. I'm not in that camp. Are you, Josh?
I think the people who are giving Sirianni grief just hate Sirianni.
My brother Bobby, he's got to be fired. Like I said, Bob.
See, Bobby, here's the problem. People like Bobby, okay, they don't see the big picture, okay?
Well, he was the first one, but Josh, he was the first one that, he
I
thinks he's got credibility.
He
was the first one to give Brett Brown. Like, he wanted Brett Brown going from the beginning. He was right about that.
Oh, great. A broken clock is right twice a day. Okay? Here's the deal, all right? You have 4 captains on this team. And I'll turn it back to you, Dave, in a moment after I say this. You have 4 captains on this team who failed you on Monday night. Lane Johnson, why are you being called for a illegal man down the field? Okay? You are a veteran of over a decade.
Wasn't that Cam Jurgens?
Cam Jurgens was one of the guys.
One of them.
Lane was called for it as well in a very crucial moment.
I don't know that I've ever seen him called for that. Ever.
I've never either. In the red zone, by the way. That's one. Brandon Graham. We love Brandon Graham. We're giving away the Eagles jersey. Yeah. That face mask that he grabbed was the stupidest play I've ever seen him make. Darius Slay got juked out of his cleats by a guy.
You can say Josh Strap.
By a guy who is much slower than him.
That was brutal.
Okay. I mean, Slay is 10 times the athlete that Drake London is as athletically an explosion. You know, if he went over to the Klemic performance method, he would be off the charts with Darius Slay.
It's unfortunate he didn't make it in before the combine.
And then the final play of the game, after you have a timeout and the coaches are talking to you, Hurts throws an interception.
We're going to get into Jalen
4
Hurts.
of your captains failed you, Dave.
That's a good point.
On Monday night.
He made a really good point. Although I thought the biggest thing to me was that when it was that last minute of the game and they're driving the ball, just let it right down the field. Timeouts. Why aren't you covering the sideline? They're giving them sideline balls.
That's another point.
We give them the catch inside.
We want to blame Sirianni, but he ain't calling the defense, Bill.
No, I get it. And we're going to get into all that. And then at 11:15, we're going to talk with Tim Chu, founder of ticksforgood.org. They have so many great giveaways. They're all over social media. People are winning stuff every single day. So we'll talk to Tim Chu. And at the bottom of the hour, we're going to talk with strength and conditioning coach Jeff Hurd, who's been he's been a coach for over 25 years in the NFL.
It's his full-time job for his entire life in the NFL. Yeah, it's he's got some. He was my coach.
Okay.
And we said this ahead of time. We spend the most time with our strength and conditioning coach.
You told
we don't
me that.
spend. You think position coach, head coach, coordinators, no quality control. No, your strength and conditioning staff is who you spend the most time with. You're gonna love this guy.
Well, we're gonna break it down. We got 2 hours to get this in. I want to start off with the Eagles, though. Josh, we got a big problem at quarterback. Because I wrote in my article, 97.3ESPN.com, that Josh edits, and I know that he always looks at my stats that I provide, double checks and triple checks them, as he should. But Jalen Hurts has thrown 18 interceptions in his last 20 games.
He's only won 2 games. Two out of the last
he's
9
regressed.
Games.
Listen, he had a great 2022, went to the Super Bowl. He was an MVP nominee. Where is that guy?
You know what's crazy? I saw somebody post this stat about Jalen Hurts with and without A.J. Brown. It's the craziest thing ever. How much Colin Cowherd put it up, and it was Jalen Hurts with but
with all the tools that they have, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts himself. With all you miss one player, it's going to throw you off that bad.
And this is where I will give Billy credit. Because first of all, the Cowherd stat's flawed. Because what you're doing is you're not taking the full sample size of the real problem. As Billy just said, Jalen Hurts had 19 starts since the start of the 2023 season, right? He's thrown 18 interceptions in those 19
It's unacceptable.
Starts. He has had 6 straight starts with an interception as well. Those starts had A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown was on the field for almost every one of those starts. It's actually an anomaly when A.J. Brown does miss games. He actually is a guy who plays a lot of games. So, frankly, the problem isn't A.J. Brown. Billy, you brought it up before. Devonta Smith, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, arguably one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. So why is the quarterback...
And I could arguably you could throw Jahan Dotson in there. He was a first-round pick.
Right. So the question is, why does Jalen Hurts have a good game until the final play of the game? What is going on with this guy?
Well, you know what, Josh? I'm not so sure. You say good game. You know what? Jalen Hurts he played well because of his legs. He played well because there were a lot of people that I thought were open downfield. Like when I used to go to the games, when I was a season ticket holder, the beauty about being there, you could see the whole field. Like I was not a Donovan McNabb fan because he missed. There were so many people wide open and he missed them. he would ultimately go for the harder play or if you just took, like when you check down, he had people wide open. I was at the game. I could see the whole field. And as a former quarterback, I could look at the whole field. When you're on TV, you don't get to see who's open in a lot of patterns. There are people on the other side of the field. There were people open that he just didn't see.
But here's the problem with that argument.
There's not a problem with it, Josh.
There is a problem with the argument.
There's not a problem.
There is a problem with the argument, Bill. The problem is that you could do that for every quarterback who's not named Tom Brady.
I don't care about every quarterback. I'm talking about Jalen Hurts.
Because context matters in these
Josh,
conversations.
I'm telling you, when I went to the games, I could see the whole field.
Well then you're a know-it-all.
I'm not a know-it-all. I'm just telling you the fact that there were people wide open.
You know how many times I can go back and do that with John Elway and Steve Young? You go back and watch the all
they
22.
got two. Guess what? John Elway has 2 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, once he got talent around him. He was an interception machine early in his career.
I get it, but still, all right, this fact still remains, Josh. Jalen Hurts has regressed, and he's not – he won the game. He played well because of his legs.
So did Steve Young.
I just don't want anybody to hit the panic button yet on this season.
How many Super Bowl rings does Steve Young have?
More than you.
More than Jalen Hurts.
So I don't the panic button. All right, I prepared something.
You changed my mind. Get me off the panic button.
Well, I prepared something for this exact
hold on, Dave.
situation.
We're just talking about the offense. Let me get to the defense.
Yeah. Okay. That's more like the problem. I said so. We're going to categorize all problems with every football team. Follow me to the end of this into 3 categories, and I made it into a cab. Let's call it an Uber company, right? All right, an Uber company. The front office is the Uber, the company, right? That's your front office in the company. Right? That's their front office. The dispatcher, that is your coaching staff, and the Uber drivers, that's the players. Okay, so anytime there's a problem with a player, just the player, one single player, that's the player's fault. Don't panic, right? Okay, now if there's an HR problem with that player, that goes back to the front office because they drafted him and they should have seen the red flags. All right. The dispatch, if they're dispatching the wrong plays and stuff like that, and you're seeing a pattern of wrong plays, there's your office. There's your coaching staff. Right. So you can kind of see where this is coming from. I still think this was a player problem. It wasn't like a bigger picture right now.
Well, because Josh, I mean, you look at, and I wrote this on my article, 97.3ESPN.com. The Eagles defense, we didn't even get to the defense. We're talking about the defense. The Eagles defense are last or bottom third in every single defensive category. So is that a player problem, or is that like, I don't want to blame, because I still think Howie Roseman did a great job drafting. He got people that everybody was in love with. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, all the Georgia 5, if you will.
Yeah.
They're not producing.
No, I think if you look at a stat if you look over the league now, that's a coaching problem. Right. That's a coaching problem because that's a rank amongst all the teams right there. You're not individual player that balls out, but then all of the players, that's a collective of all the players are doing in the bottom third. So that's bad. That's a coaching problem.
The Eagles are 25th against the run.
I'm going to do this all day.
25th against the run.
I'm going to be.
They got 2 of the best draft picks. Everybody, when Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis were picked, Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody said the Eagles got a great pick.
Everyone. And the reason why they said that was because Jalen Carter's ability is top tier. Now, Jalen Carter himself said he was excited for this year because he was looking forward to going back to an old school coach with Vic Fangio. But guess what happened the week leading up to the game?
He missed the meeting. He was, he was benched for the first series. Big deal.
And you know why he missed the meeting?
Why?
You overslept.
That's irresponsible. He's a pro.
So where do we draw the line, Dave? And you know what, Billy, we should answer on the other side. So Dave, you got 3.5 minutes to chew on this question. So don't screw up.
I know.
All right.
I can barely screw up in 3.
So the question is, where do you draw the line between the coach, Vic Fangio, saying, I got to do a better job of coaching, and the player who's uber talented not doing his job? Go ahead, Billy, with the advertiser.
Thanks, Josh. Set that up. So the Eagles got a lot of problems offensively, defensively. We'll break it down as we get going. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing of the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call. Chris Mooney, 609-399-1227. I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422. Whether commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, or financial planning, divorce, or financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist you right now today. Give them a call, 609-263-7422. When we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweiman, Dave Klemic, and Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig, right here, 97.3 ESPN.
The hunt for October continues this weekend on ESPN Radio.
Swinging a high fly out toward right field as it sails over the wall for a grand slam.
The Philadelphia Phillies, sitting high atop the NL East, head to Citi Field to face the New York Mets, who are fighting for a wild card spot.
On its way. Go!
The Phillies at the Mets. Coverage begins today at 3:30 Eastern, with first pitch at 4:10 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
It's Phillies baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-832 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $200 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bet. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 93 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver and mainland graduate.
Big win yesterday.
Yeah, and Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig in the studio today. We love having him here. The original back, what's that song, Josh? Reunited, it feels so good.
Your favorite song.
Yeah.
It's nobody else's favorite song, Billy.
We will be broadcasting live tomorrow at La Scala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show.
I'll be there.
Hey, how about this? I'm going to hold this up. We're on the X platform and YouTube. I will be giving away a Brandon Graham. Look at this shirt.
This is nice.
Is this like
Yeah.
I'm holding it up? You can look at it here. It's a Brandon Graham autographed Kelly Green Eagles jersey. Look at that.
Tell them how you win. Tell them how you win. Tell them how you win.
Here's how you're going to win this. You're going to come down to La Scala's and spend the day with us watching the game. At halftime, I'm going to walk whoever has the biggest bill, right? Whoever has the largest amount that spent at halftime, drinks, lunch, because the food's phenomenal down there. We will give you the jersey. Whoever has the biggest bill. How about that?
I thought of that.
Come on down to La Scala's Beach House in Brigantine. Mark Grimes is going to be joining us.
Mark.
Dave Klemic and P.J. Corda, Mr. Negadelphia.
Negadelphia
So
will
we're
be
going to
there.
have a good time. Come on down to La Scala's Beach House. We'll be broadcasting live from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And then, of course, we'll stay there and watch the game. And we got some Locker Room, 97.3 ESPN Locker Room T-shirts to give out to people. We got them in. They're in now, and we're ready to give them out.
Nice.
So I want to ask a text board question at 609-403-0973.
And Dave has to answer the question I asked.
And Dave has to answer the question. But the question is, what's the biggest problem with the Eagles? Is it Jalen Hurts in the offense, or is it the Eagles defense, or is it the coaching staff? 609-403-0973.
So if I can repurpose my question for Dave, for those
All
who
right.
might just be tuning in like right now, they didn't catch the very beginning of the show, Bill.
Go ahead.
So Dave, when you have a situation like an uber talented player like Jalen Carter,
Yeah.
how do you differentiate where the player has to be better versus a coach like Vic Fangio, who this week said, I have to coach the guys better? So where do we differentiate the level of blame in a situation like
All right.
this?
I'm glad to answer that. Okay. When you get to the NFL, they assume a few things: that you're a professional, right? They don't have to develop you. When you came in, they assume you're a professional. You know how to take care of yourself. You know how to play the position. They can teach schemes better. They assume that. But when you get there, it is not you. A lot of times you don't have a coach that has been as good of an athlete or accomplished as you.
Right.
So now you have to just coach a scheme. You can't sit there and babysit a singular individual. They are responsible for that, for their own positional movement success. They go see specialists too.
Right.
There's specialists all over the place. I'm one of them.
Right.
So, but when you get there, they have to think of it like an army. Like you have to deal with
Jeff
all these
Hurd, he's
people.
a coach, strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah. And they're not going to him having individual issues or disciplinary issues. That's on him. The coach is there. He sets the rules. You can't blame the coach for his individual issues. Now, if the whole line was late or the whole line was doing, then it's an attitude throughout the line, or they're getting tons of penalties, then it's a coach. But
all right, let me ask you. I want to ask Josh this. It'd be interesting to see because he watches a lot of college football. My brother Bob and I were talking yesterday that the Georgia Five, national champions, they were living like rock stars down there at University in Athens, University of Georgia. They win the national championship. They were in the limelight. Josh, do you think they're not as hungry because they won the national championship?
No.
Is that why? Do you think Jalen Hurts and Jordan Davis are out? It's living it up here
with
not. All the money.
Well, they're not. And I think,
know that for a fact.
Listen, when Jalen Carter got in trouble recently, it was because his significant other, I can't remember if it's his wife or his girlfriend. I lose track of who's married and who's not in today's world. Stop.
That's another problem.
That's another conversation for another show. Okay. The issue is that someone was basically being rude to a significant other, and he kind of stepped in at the grocery store and was like, "Come on, man! Like, what's going on here?" And that's what got him in trouble last year. So he's not going out and partying and getting in trouble.
But my point being is, if they're
not out living it up. Is okay. I don't.
So I don't know much about playing defensive line because I never did. But what I noticed when the defensive line, they have these gaping holes. We've given up. We're the last against the run, 25th against the run. The gaping holes. The defensive linemen seem to be taking a side. Not only that, the only two people that are down in a 3.4-point stand are just the two tackles. The two edge rushers, they're standing up. So we don't really have a traditional.
Well, that's a scheme problem.
I understand that. Well, that's my point. So what's the biggest problem? 609-403-0973. Defense, offense, scheme, quarterback, what?
All right. When you have a bunch of super talented defensive linemen like that too, and you almost want maybe one, and then you have a bunch of other guys that are late round draft picks or free agents or whatever, because a lot of times all those ones are trying to get the sacks. Right. And then they're leaving gaping holes because they're like, oh, I need to lead the league in sacks. Right. If everyone's trying to lead the league in sacks, no one's leading the lead in just tackles. Because you know, a linebacker, you want to see tackles. Defensive backs want interceptions. D-line want sacks, right? Or outside linebackers. But they're like, if everybody's going for sacks, guess what you're doing? You're bypassing the run, and you're just letting the things go. That's what you have.
What's Philadelphia known for? That stifling defense where they stuff the run.
Yeah, but what's fun about getting a 1 yard stop?
Right.
Nothing. What's fun about a sack? Oh, they get to do the dance. They do the whole thing.
It's not glamorous.
Right. No, if you get a sack,
not sexy.
So there you go. There's too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
All
right. Whatever.
609-403-0973 is the text board. What's the biggest problem for the Eagles? The quarterback, offense, defense, the schemes, which would be the coaching staff. 609-403-0973.
Really quick, Dan in EHT is the first text to come in about the question. He says, Howie Roseman made the big mistake when he built this roster with so many Georgia Bulldogs.
See, I was excited about that, to be honest with you.
I thought it was a great idea. I thought
it was a great idea. With all those guys they were the best at what they did. It wasn't just the Eagles and Howie Roseman. The whole league wanted those guys.
Yeah, I think there was so when once in a while you get to play with somebody that you knew or whatever, and that was fun. You kind of bonded with each other. You had a deeper connection. Before you were professional athletes, the bonds are much deeper when you're all poor and broke in college.
Right.
Well, now the college kids aren't broke.
Right.
But I was, and when you see your friend playing with you, I remember being at Austin Johnson's draft party.
Okay.
And he's playing for the Buffalo Bills right now, but him and another Penn State lineman, he was at his draft party who was already playing for the Titans, and then the Titans took him, and they were like, yeah, they were so happy. And then I'm like, how cool would that be to play with your college roommate in Tennessee? Daquan Jones, it was.
Yep.
And so they were playing together, and that was.
So I thought, I don't want to blame Howie Roseman. I thought the Georgia Five. I love the fact that they you're right, the camaraderie. They come up, they're all here.
It should be, yeah, it should be.
All right. 609-403-0973. Josh is going to post the question on our X platform so everybody can read it. What's the biggest problem for the Eagles right now? 609-403-0973. Is it the quarterback? Is it the defensive? Is it the defense? Is it the offense? Is it the scheme? The coordinators? Because remember, Sirianni, like him or hate him, people didn't want him involved in any of the play calling decisions. He's not now, and now they're blaming him for it.
I'm just not pushing the panic button right now.
All right,
I think we're good.
609-403-0973. On the other side, we're going to switch it up and talk a little baseball with Go on the Mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by Blitz's Market. We'll talk to Tommy about the fighting Phillies. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. We're going to be down there tomorrow for our Eagles pregame show. I'm very excited about that. It opened last summer to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and now their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2024 season tomorrow in New Orleans against the Saints.
Taysom Hill takes the snap. He is running, tries to get outside. He is brought down.
Listen to all the action with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick with pregame coverage starting at noon and kickoff at 1 p.m. This is the play-by-play home of the Philadelphia Eagles. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey. Eagles Station.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
97.3 ESPN has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible weekly offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Here's this week's big deal.
Get a $50 gift card, good for use, at Bruno's Italian Market in Ventnor City for just $25.
This great deal is on sale now at SeizeTheDeal.com. Hurry, chances are this deal will sell quickly. For more info on this great deal, go to SeizeTheDeal.com.
SeizeTheDeal.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy 7.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and of course, Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig. Now, I told you about it. I wrote in my article that I've hit the panic button for both of our Phillies teams. And the reason why I hit the panic button for the Phillies is because of their inconsistency and the number of strikeouts. I wrote yesterday that in the last 4 games, they had 52, add another 9 from last night, albeit they won the game. They still struck out a ton. It's concerning. And it's inconsistent, 61 strikeouts. A lot. But we're going to get it all cleared up. And I think my next guest, my first guest, always talks me off the ledge. Calming force. So let's go to On the Mound with Tommy Greene, which is Tommy Greene, sponsored by Blitz Market in Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City, by their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian. Online ordering is available at blitzmarket.com. Give them a call, 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Preston Street Orange Juice. Mention the locker room to follow up for 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. This is Market. Let's go to the Consular Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, former Phillies pitcher, Tommy Greene. Good morning, Tommy Greene.
Good morning, Billy. How you doing, my friend?
Well, Tommy, I know I must sound like a broken record to you, but I'm a fan, and you're a former athlete. Like we have Dave Klemic in here. I'm a different animal than you guys, but I've hit the panic button, and because of their inconsistency, it's worrying me, Tommy. What can change my mind?
What happened yesterday, Billy?
They won, but they're striking out way too much. I'm worried.
Well, they're in the playoffs, Billy.
Yeah, I get it.
Playoffs. I mean, you're worried about the World Series right now. Is basically what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't worry about that right now. It's getting hot at the right time.
All right, so are you concerned?
This team's been this way for what, 3 years?
Yeah.
Guys, it's been the same thing. Where have they got? They've had this World Series and get them to it. It comes down to pitching and defense. They're going to have their times where they strike out a lot, but they're going to score some runs. You know, and they go to the close. They got to win games 2-1, 3-2, that type of thing, and not afford to scrap across this run sometimes unless they're worried about the home runs and hanging balls out of the ballpark. That's what gets me.
Tommy, like
the manufacturer runs.
Tommy, like the Eagles are inconsistent with their defensive play. The Phillies, I mean, to me, they win a game 10, they lose a game 10-2, they win a game 10-4. Like, it's just, to me, it's worrisome. Now, you're obviously a different mindset, but and I know it's all about pitching and one game at a time. But I'm talking about like the big picture. It just worries me, but it doesn't worry you.
That goes back to the big picture. You count the chickens before they're hatched. I mean, you're trying to get the finish line, and we got a long way to go. You know, so we got to take care of what's in front of us today, and we're trying to figure out how to get us through what's going to be the way to get us through, who's going to be on that roster too. You know, who's going to work and what's going to be there. You know, and also get to the finish line healthy. You know, so those guys can come to us, hopefully we can have some days off to do that. But we know how that stuff works. But I'd rather be going in swinging the bat pretty hot, you know, and get the pitching straight. You know, where we got our 3 guys ready to go right off the bat. You know,
something Susan about his voice.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's why he's like my Tommy Greene every Saturday during the baseball season because I get too worked up.
Yeah.
Tommy calms me down.
I think it has something to do with your accent, Tommy. Like the southern accent. No one ever seems like they're in a rush anyway. You're just talking slow and going, hey, man.
I want Billy to understand my English, you know. You know,
well, Tommy, I gotta be honest. I get so excited for doing things. And then it's like the fourth inning, you're losing 6-0, and I have my expectations are so high with this team. At least when they lose, they get blown away. I'm like, I gotta turn the channel at like the fourth inning.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I see a little bit too. I mean, over the course of the year, you think back about it. You know, when they face good pitching, you know, like dominant guys. And, I mean, and that's why they're dominant. That's why they're top of the league. That's why the teams are where they're at. Because they do have position that gets them there. They can struggle if they don't get off to an early start. And some mistakes that guys make. That's why that pitcher's on the game. It's a tough game. You know, for everybody. That's when our pitching's got to match what they're doing. You know, that type of thing, because it's going to be one swing of the bat makes a difference in the ball game. And see, that's what makes this game so great. I mean, you're wanting a football score. You know, I want a well-pitched ball game that keeps it down, and one swing of the bat makes a difference. You play the game of baseball where a walk means something, maybe getting a runner over or a fly ball gets a runner in, that type of thing, rather than banging one out of the ballpark. You got to do the little things too.
We're talking with Tommy Greene, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. Every weekend in the baseball season, go on the mound with them. Sponsored by Blitz Market. Tommy, what the Phillies bullpen really seems to be coming together at the right time. Talking about coming together at the right time, they've been pretty solid. Any concerns with you in the bullpen?
Well, no. I mean, I think our arms are. I mean, we have the arms down there to do it, and I mean, we've got 3 guys down there that's been rolling pretty consistently, you know, here of recent, you know, and it's about getting everybody else on board, you know, and I think, you know, the quality's there. It's about just getting it done now, going out there and just get the season finished, you know, on good note. You know, recovering, you know, I love the way he's going ball here recently. He's obviously young last year when he was brought in to do it, but he's got a maturation this year. He's grown over the course of the year, and you can see it. You know, the confidence going out there. He knows he can actually get out there, and he's got the stuff to pitch up there. And it's a huge thing to have this quality arms like that at the end of the bullpen. You got 3 guys I mean, close. You know, just got closer stuff. And then the other part is the mentality and getting stuff. You know, and that comes from experience.
Tommy Greene, as far as this year's Phillies, who's the leader on that team? Who do people turn to? Like the pitching staff, like using some of your experiences. Is it lead by example with this pitching staff and even the bullpen, or is there somebody that pitchers can talk to other than like the pitching coach?
Well, I mean, yeah, it comes down to. I mean, obviously the experience in the clubhouse in particular, because hitters have seen pitchers and stuff like that, and it's good for hitters to talk to hitters. You know, I know I didn't never really go to pitchers a lot. You know, we didn't have all the analytics and stuff like that. I know when I pitched, I talked to the hitting coaches and some of the hitters and what they saw, what they see in hitters, other hitters, and what they see. How with my stuff, how can I get this guy out? What would be a good approach to getting the guy out? You know, you bounce things like that off guys. You know, like, I mean, the best thing for pitcher to do is talk to his pitcher. Communication with the pitcher. They have, you know, that off the field where they can talk about things like that. The pitcher should too. He can, you know, because every thing, you know, some days they feel like stuff's still good. You know, but other days they don't have good stuff. They feel like crap. You know, and it's a mental game. You know, and that's where the pitcher becomes a strength. You know, out there, you just sometimes navigate through those days. You know, sort of like what I do with you.
I was waiting for that drop. It was coming.
Tommy, speaking of pitching, I wanted to know from you. We've been having a conversation in recent days about, you know, Christopher Sanchez, and I mean, this is a guy who pitches so much better at home than on the road this year. You know, what do you think about that? How does a guy pitch so well? I mean, he almost has a 2-run difference home versus the road.
Well, I mean, maybe comfortability with the mound. I don't know. I mean, the mounds they're supposed to be the same. I think they're more so the same these days than they used to be back in our day. Because I think home field advantage is a huge thing. Sometimes I know back in the day, you go to a visit ballpark, the bullpen man was different than the game man. You know, on the visiting side. I mean, the slope was different or whatever. It was flatter, you know, or steeper out there on the mound. It was steeper on the field. You know, it's just a little nuance of thing. But I home cooking. I mean, he likes to pitch in Citizens Bank. Obviously the home crowd don't know, but I mean, to me, you're pitching in a ballpark, the ball flies, and he's a ground ball guy. He keeps the ball in the yard for the most part. So I don't get why really any different other than it's just maybe a psychological type thing. Sometimes it's comfortability where you seem to pitch more, at home. I don't know how many starts he's had at home compared to the road. I don't know. Y'all can tell me that better.
Tommy, he's actually had more home games than road games.
Yeah, so he's the comfortability. He's pitching at home. Some home cooking. They say the fan. Obviously, you got a lot of positive vibes out there. Some guys. He's a young guy too. Not necessarily, but it seems that way for a lot of guys. But except for the pitchers that pitch in Colorado, you got a guy who pitches Colorado good. You need to hold on to that guy, because pop-ups, that's a big yard, but pop-ups go. It's like playing in Wrigley with the wind blowing out. You got to find a way to keep it in the yard, or you don't put runners on base ahead of those guys when you give up a home run, so because it's going to happen, when the wind blows out there.
Tommy, today we got Ranger Suarez. He's 12-7 with a 3.13 ERA. He hasn't pitched well. He hasn't pitched well of late. You any concerns with what do you see with his mechanics, or do you think he's hurt?
I don't analyze it like that as far as his mechanics wise. I think it's the consistency and what he's doing, getting back going again, because he didn't spend a rehab assignment.
Okay,
getting back. I think last outing was a little bit better by what I saw. He didn't get out of hand. He didn't give up a ton of hits, like he did the previous outing.
Right.
Anytime you pitch 4 or 5 innings, give up 12 hits, there's something's wrong. But he battled through it, kept it still right there. In the ball game, even though he gave up some runs and stuff, but the ball game was pretty much close, tied or right there, give us a chance to come out ahead in the end. So and as a starting pitcher, you might have a bad day, but if you're keeping your team in the ball game, that's what you're there for. You're not going to win every ball game. You're trying to keep your team there so we can have a chance for the team to win.
All right, Tommy. Today the Phillies play at 4:10. Today they got this is game 3 and their 4-game set with the New York stinking Mets. So hopefully we get a win, and of course their magic number I believe is down to 1. And if they win today, they clinch the NL East. So that'll be a feather in their cap.
Well, I'm looking forward for a good game by Ranger today. It's about that time, and him coming back from his injury, him to kind of piece together more of a Ranger-esque type, outing.
All right.
Give us a chance to jump out on these guys.
All right, Tommy, you're my therapist every weekend. You calm me down. I feel much better after I talk to you, and I appreciate it.
Thank you for the rest of the show and everybody in the studio. Thank you.
You got it, man.
All right, Tommy, we'll talk to you next week. Thanks, buddy.
All right, you got it.
All right, there he is. On the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene is sponsored by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and their vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room. Get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Go down there and say hello to Dave and Joe Newman. I've hit the panic button, and even though Tommy does calm me down, and I will be watching the Phillies today, I'm still worried because of the inconsistencies.
You can worry. He did a really good job calming you down. Right. Look at this guy. He's got his heart rate is way down. His face isn't red anymore. It's back to very tan.
All right. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection, professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate needs. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Now, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they'll have private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and Mr. Everything Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Wake up weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. with Unsportsmanlike on 97.3 ESPN with Evan Cohen, Super Bowl champion Chris Canty, and Michelle Small.
Can't wake up without it.
Brought to you by the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
How would you like to go to the 2025 Masters Golf Tournament? Go to ticksforgood.org to find out how you can win the grand prize of 2 weekend passes to the 2025 Masters, as well as plenty of other awesome prizes like Masters hats, t-shirts, and foursomes to your favorite South Jersey golf courses. Go to ticksforgood.org to learn how you can win these prizes. This sweepstakes is brought to us by our friends at Shane Orthopedics and the David Scales State Farm team.
If you no longer qualify for New Jersey Family Care, you may be eligible for low or no-cost health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey for yourself and your family. These quality, affordable health plans cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 out of 10 enrolling qualify for financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Learn more and find out if you're eligible today at getcovered.nj.gov.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Lone Star Transfer. If you felt like booking your timeshare was difficult in the past, you know it's been almost impossible over the last few years. With an A+ rating at the BBB, our clients know Lone Star Transfer is the only company they can trust. We guarantee the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. Call us today to receive a free, no-obligation consultation at 833-594-0077 or online at lonestartransfer.com.
Oh yeah, it's on at Matt Blatt Nissan.
New 2024 Nissan Rogue S, 0 down and 2.9% financing for 60 months. But when they're gone, they're gone. Have a trade? Bring it to AJ the Trade Man. He's paying cash. % more cash than KBB fair market value. Then drive home in your new 2025 Matt Blatt Nissan Kicks. Just $299 per month lease with 0 security deposits. And every new Matt Blatt Nissan comes with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy. Have a job clearing for $50 per week at Matt Blatt Nissan? You're virtually approved today with 0 down and low 2.9% financing. MattBlattNissan.com. Approved Tier 1 credit for NEMAT. Negative equity will be refinanced in the new vehicle. Plus tax tag and $589 doc fee. Offers can't be combined. Call 877-289-6670 or go to MattBlattNissan.com for complete details. 24 months, 10,000 miles, $27.99 due through NEMAT. VIN RC 738396. MSRP 31,115. Offer ends 9/30/2024. It's on at Matt Blatt Nissan on the Black Horse Pike, Egg Harbor Township.
You're listening to the with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig. Hey, you know, I got my new Volkswagen Teos. Unbelievable. I love that car.
Yeah, I just parked next to it.
Fast, good acceleration, all these safety features. I love it. I got an app on my phone, tells me how much gas I have in a car, if my doors are locked.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, man. It's very cool car. You got to, and if they can get me into a car, they get anybody into a car. Go up there and see John Hurd or Huey up at Tom's River Volkswagen. Tell them I sent you. Come hook you up. Get a Teos, man. Those cars are hot. My daughter loves the car.
I just parked next to it, and I like the screen on the front. It covers like the whole front of the.
I love it, man.
Dash.
Yo,
so
you know,
super
I
nice.
love the new car smell. I love that.
Yeah.
Don't you love that?
Yeah.
You still have it in your cars, right?
No.
You know?
No.
You just got a car. You just got a truck.
Yeah, but I think it was it doesn't have that anymore. I just put a fake one in there. I put new car scent in there.
You can't reduplicate it. All right. Real quick, I want to talk about the heroics of Shohei Ohtani. Josh, 6 for 6. 2 home runs, 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases. Guy's unbelievable. 10 RBIs. Gets a standing ovation in Miami. Gets a curtain call at an opposing. Would that ever happen in Philly?
It wouldn't happen in Philly because 2 reasons. One, because Philly fans respect you. They don't need to cheer for you.
Right.
And number 2, Dodger fans would not invade Citizens Bank Ballpark.
Right. Would you?
I guarantee you 90% of those fans down there were Dodger fans.
If Shohei Ohtani did that in Philadelphia, had the same stats, you don't think he'd get some type of applause? I don't think he'd get a curtain call.
Might.
I don't think he'd get a curtain call.
He wouldn't get a curtain call.
But then again, this is the kinder, gentler. I mean, they gave Trey Turner a standing ovation when he was slumping.
Yeah, but that's their own guy.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
You're trying to uplift your own guy. That's different.
The atmosphere. I've been to the Phillies game this year, and I was like, this is so much different you know what? The Link is different than the Vet.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Link is like so wine and cheese versus
absolutely.
the Vet. The Vet was dirty and
what do you mean? They had Judge Seamus McCaffrey and they had a court down in the bowels of the Veterans Stadium.
See, the problem with the problem.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The problem with everything now is there's no in between with this stuff anymore. It's one extreme or another. It doesn't have to be as dirty and grimy as the Vet, but it doesn't have to be as fancy as some of these other places are. Why can't we have, what's the old saying? Everything in moderation.
Moderation. All right, 609-403-0973 is the text board. The question is, what's the biggest problem for the Eagles right now? Offense, defense, Jalen Hurts, the coaching staff, scheme. I think it's their defense. To be honest with you, they can't stop anybody.
I think it's on the defensive side right now.
Against the run, they're 25th. Against the pass, they're 28th. Points allowed, 27. Overall defense ranked 30. Not good.
Got the most talented offense possibly in the NFL.
Jalen Hurts not making some good decisions with the ball. He's regressed as a quarterback, I believe. They got to right the ship, man. 609-403-0973 is the text board. What's the biggest problem for the Eagles? On the other side, we'll talk with Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda, get his take.
Oh yeah, you guys you'll hear somebody coming in hot. That's PJ.
Tim Chu, and then also Jeff Hurd in the second hour. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, right here, 97.3 ESPN.
Don't miss a second of the NFL this season. Hi, this is Kurt Warner of Westwood One. Join our crew each week for the best in primetime NFL action. Monday night, Sunday night, and Thursday night football, plus marquee games on Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas, and more. Westwood One is the exclusive radio home for every primetime and postseason game. It's right here.
Brought to you by Jersey Cow. Visit Jersey Cow every day from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. at their Northfield and Brigantine locations. Ice cream is a year-round thing at Jersey Cow.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With GMF financing to qualified buyers excludes Traverse and Corvette excludes prior sales.
Stop! Yes, I said stop before you buy a car anywhere. Because right now at Bennett Chevy, you can save up to 20% off your new car. That's right. Bennett Chevy selling new Chevys at true GM supplier employee prices. Plus, and this is huge, you get to keep all the rebates. You can save up to 20%. And you'll save even more with financing as low as 0%. Yes, ZERO at Bennett on EVs. And there's available 1.9% on other models. Looking for used? Trade any old clunker for a minimum $10,000. We don't care care how old or how many miles. Heck, we don't even care if it runs. Just get it here, and you'll get a minimum $10,000 towards any pre-owned in stock. And Bennett's exclusive non-commissioned sales team is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend, so you're never hassled to pay more. You're gonna love it here. Together, let's drive. Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? EasyCater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. EasyCater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with EasyCater. Start your order at easycater.com.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screams. Go to the Gallery. Go to the Fanatic Sportsbook. Go for the win at Ocean Casino Resort. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
South Jersey's official play-by-play home of the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
At 0 point would I ever consider not being a fan of the team.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northville. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chief wide receiver and mainland product. Dave Klemic, of course, Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig. And Josh is Mr. Everything. He's like the heart. You know the heart beats?
Yeah.
That's him over there.
He can do it all. And I get to play trivia with him and Nick Earnshaw on Wednesdays.
Oh, is that right?
And we play trivia a lot.
And you work out too.
And we work out.
Nick's getting pretty bulky, isn't he?
He's looking good. But we try to stump Josh, and it is almost impossible. He kicks our butts. Like
does our next guest? Do you get PJ Corda involved?
He is so PJ. If you ask him about who the greatest athlete of all time is, and just tell him it's anybody else other than Bo Jackson, and he loses his mind on you, right?
Wow, Bo Jackson's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, he is. You can just mess with him. I've done it many times, but he is going to be very hyperbolic and very mad. If you guys want,
I can't wait to talk to Mr. Negadelphia today because he's got a lot to complain about. Of course, we're going to be down at La Scala's Beach House tomorrow in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Come on down. We're giving away an autographed Brandon Graham Kelly Green Eagles autographed jersey by Brandon Graham. You got to come down. You got to be there to win this. And, of course, we have 97.3 ESPN locker room T-shirts we'll be giving away. Dave's holding up the jersey. If you're looking at us on X platform or my YouTube channel, there it is. It's autographed by Brandon Graham himself. And come on down. PJ will be there. Now it's time to go to talk with Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, sponsored by Galloway Pool Service. Not happy with your pool, people? Call the Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda. Good morning, P.J.
Good morning, Billy. How are you, man?
Listen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the lid off and let you go nuts because I know you got a lot to talk about with our Philadelphia Eagles. What a horrible loss last week.
Yeah, well, I'll say one thing. I know you guys know who Deion Primetime Sanders is. We, unfortunately, have Jalen Panic Time Hurd, which is exactly what he looks. He doesn't look like he's got any composure. He's panicking. If you watched the interception, he threw that. He could have thrown that to anybody. He just wanted to throw it away. He was like, "Let's just get rid of this ball. I'll toss it up. Anybody catches it, as long as I don't have to have it anymore." That's what he looks like he's doing out there, you know?
Well, there were several people open. Dallas, Josh. I mean, I didn't even know. I didn't see. I thought the other who's the little guy, Britton Covey was open underneath, yep. and according to Josh, I didn't really, I didn't look at it that much, but even Dallas Goedert, your buddy Goedert, was wide open. And he goes to Devontae Smith, who's like, I don't get it.
He could have thrown it anywhere but there. Yeah, I mean, but the other thing is, it's not just him. When you guys are asking, why we lost the game, it's we only had three things wrong. Our offense played poor, our defense was poor, and our coaching is terrible play.
Just those three things. That's it.
If we could fix those three things.
Yeah, just those three is what caused us to lose. But other than that, we played great. Outside of that, we were really looking good.
All right, so I got a question. My Twitter question and also my text board question at 609-403-0973. What's the biggest concern you have, PJ? The offense, Jalen Hurts, the defense, the scheme, or the coaching staff?
I mean, honestly, I was very disappointed in the time management by the coaching staff at the end of that game. I understand. I know where Josh has come from saying about, like, if he runs the ball with the execution. I mean, as far as I know, you run the ball, you keep the clock moving. If it ends up failing, you still take the 40 seconds off the clock. I mean, I just don't see. I'm not saying Jalen made a bad pass there. It could have worked. It could have went in, but I don't think it's a smart play.
I'll hit him right in the hands.
I mean, no, it was there. And listen, I'm happy. If Hurts throws the ball, it's on target, that's great. That's half the battle. You know what I mean? But I just didn't see, what I'm saying? I just don't understand. You got Saquon Barkley on the team. We're paying them all this money. I mean, what are we doing? Why not use them?
So my two things I want to throw at you, PJ, is number one. So I'm just for clarification, because I don't want to put words in your mouth, Mr. Negadelphia.
Yeah.
But I want to know. So who are you blaming for the third down there? Are you like, who is the guy that you're pointing the finger at here?
I mean, listen, I'm saying I'm not blaming it on Jalen. Okay, he made a great pass. I'm not blaming it on Saquon because I feel like there's a percentage of passes that you're going to miss there. I blame it on Nick. I think that him and the way that they decided to make that play call.
Perfect. Okay, so now that we have clarification, here's the problem, and this is where I'm a little surprised that Klemic is sitting over like a meek sheep, and Billy's the loudest man in the room, and he hasn't said anything.
Yeah, I heard.
So Nick doesn't call the plays.
Okay.
Kellen Moore does. The whole point of Kellen Moore being here. Remember, the whole point of Kellen Moore being here is we didn't want Nick Sirianni to call the plays. So then,
but it's still coaching. It's still a bad play call, whether he did it or Nick did it.
I don't think it was a bad play call. You don't either, Dave. You're not.
Well,
he called you a meek sheep.
So I don't know what that was about.
Your time management wise, a throw play there is a terrible decision.
Yes. You don't throw. It's a high percentage pass.
It wasn't a bad. It worked. It would hit him right in the hands.
Should have caught. But if really
the risk reward.
Well,
really,
I get that.
What he should have done, in my opinion, is he should have pumped this to Saquon and ran it himself. No one was covering him.
Right,
he could have walked it in. He could have walked it right through.
They did 5 plays where they were engineered run plays by Jalen, which are the worst plays that we have. I don't know who came up with that. If that was Moore or whoever.
No, I agree.
Let me ask you this question, then, Mr. Negadelphia. Are you in favor? Like, there's a lot of people, including my brother Bobby, that want to want to fire Nick Sirianni, especially, listen, if they lose to New Orleans, if they lose by double digits and they can't stop anybody, like their defense is last in almost every category in defensive statistics. If they get blown away, are you calling for Nick Sirianni's head?
I don't know that fixes it. Okay, like I don't know that fixes the problem. I think that
that's the smartest thing PJ has said today.
We got right now, I mean, we still got a lot of problems. It's not going to fix everything.
Well, then what's our biggest problem? Offense, quarterback, defense, coaching staff, the scheme. What's our biggest problem? Answer the question.
I think you win that game with better coaching. I think you keep the same people. They play the same way. You call different plays. You win that game.
See, I personally think the defense, they need to really, really improve for us to even have a chance.
Calling too, I feel like, right? I mean, I feel like that's also how their zone, what they're doing out there is not working. I mean,
but PJ, they with a minute 46 to go, they were on the 10-yard line. So it's not the offense.
No, the defense blew it at the end there too. No, I agree with you. It was terrible. Yeah.
What was crazy about that was they had 0 timeouts and they weren't covering the sidelines. What you never let a guy catch the ball on the sideline and get the ball right out of bounds, tackle him inbounds. They didn't have it. They could run up. The clock would have run out. The clock would have run out even if they spiked the ball. The clock would have run out.
Quinyon Mitchell, he made down at, I guess it was our own 30-yard line. He went for looked like he went for the interception instead of the short tackle.
Yeah. That's a rookie thing to do.
Right. I mean, that's a rookie thing.
They have talent. They're talented. Cooper DeJean, I think he's going to be a starter next week.
I hope so.
Right? I think so.
Mr. Negadelphia, I thought I'd get a little bit more negativism out of you.
Listen, I can tell you, we don't look good going into the Saints game. I'm going to tell you right now. It's not exciting.
Give me your prediction.
Oh man, I'm gonna say, because we haven't had much offense either. I mean, I'm gonna say 28-10. We're losing.
28-10.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the Eagles come back?
The last 2 games, New Orleans have scored 40 points apiece.
Well, the Eagles have been giving up on defense. The Eagles have been giving up 27 points per game.
Yeah.
So that 28 numbers, right?
27 in the league, right? Yeah, that's bad.
It's not good.
Not good.
Not good. And PJ, did you hear my whole
25.5?
So PJ owns a big business, right? Did you hear my whole analogy about the Uber company?
About what part of it and the dispatcher.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you like that? Because you're a big business owner. What'd you think? Am I accurate there?
No, it's a good way to correlate the field and what's going on in their organization. It's a good way for people to analyze that and see how it's going down.
Right.
So I think we have problems with our dispatcher. I mean,
So, consistent.
Is that a good way for like a non-educated fan to kind of understand where the problems come from? They could just help them categorize the problems. But you own the big business. I'm glad you said it makes sense to you too.
Yeah, no, it does. It puts it into categories where you can hold people responsible, and that's where you can see where those problems are. Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, PJ Corda, Mr. Negadelphia says the Eagles lose 28-10. And they come back from New Orleans, 1 win and 2 losses.
That's a double-digit loss.
That's not good. All right, Mr. Negadelphia, as always, we appreciate you. And we'll see you tomorrow at La Scala's Beach House.
See you guys tomorrow at the Beach House, boys.
Let's do it.
All right, there he is, Mr. Negadelphia, PJ Corda, sponsored by Galloway Pool Service. Not happy with your pool, people? Call Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys in the locker room sent you. That's the Galloway Pool Service. That's Mr. Negadelphia on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline.
Got to ask for Dragon.
You got to ask for Dragon.
His name's Dragon.
Dragon. I like
not
it.
Kidding.
And he's not Dragon. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 927-2921. They deliver. That's the Circle Liquor Store. Now I want to tell you about John McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422, whether commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, or financial planning, divorce, or financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call right now, 609-263-7422. When we return, we'll talk with Tim Chu. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Josh Hennig right here, 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2024 season tomorrow in New Orleans against the Saints.
Taysom Hill takes the snap. He is running, tries to get outside. He is brought down.
Listen to all the action with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick with pregame coverage starting at noon and kickoff at 1 p.m. This is the play-by-play home of the Philadelphia Eagles. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
I'd rather ride a bike with my kids.
Faster! I'd rather play catch with my dog than catch pneumococcal pneumonia.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. If you are 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like heart disease or asthma, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'd rather race for some ice cream. Let's go.
Schedule your vaccination today at Prevnar20.com.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. Or how much easier it is to move mountains of soil with a 1 Series tractor. We could even go into detail about how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat or visit a
Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live for the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and Mr. Everything Josh Hennig. Of course, I just got to tell you about my Volkswagen. You got to go to see Huey or John Hurd up there at Toms River Volkswagen. I got my Teos. I love it. And if they get me into a car, to get anybody in the car. Now, our next guest, the prizes that they give away. Somebody wins something almost every day, it seems like, especially on Instagram or Facebook. They've got a social platform going. Like every morning I wake up, somebody's winning something. But the big grand prize is tickets to the Masters. Taylor Swift tickets are coming up. So let's go to the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, the founder of PicksForGood.org, Tim Chu. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Billy.
How you doing, buddy? I know you're out in Colorado. You going to go to the Colorado game today?
Get ready to eat some Baylor Bears for dinner today.
I don't know about prime time. He needs an offensive line.
Yeah, that just makes Shador a little faster. You know, he's pretty quick.
Hey, Tim, I got to tell you, man, I've got I made 4 entries into the Taylor Swift giveaway on PicksForGood.org. But I just said to the listeners, I said, like every morning I get up, I hit my Instagram or my Facebook. You guys are giving something away almost every day.
Yeah, that's the idea. We love donors. We love to reward people that make donations and support nonprofits. So I encourage all your listeners to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Go to the site, PicksForGood.org. You can get involved, make donations to any number of awesome nonprofits for your chance to win prizes like 2 weekend passes to the Masters, 2 tickets to Taylor Swift in Miami, October 20th, and coming up this fall, we're going to be sending 2 people to the Super Bowl in New Orleans.
Wow. Now, Tim, I know, so you go into the website, you hit the button where it says donate. You can donate $25, $50, $100, or even more. Can you, are there a lot of people who Taylor Swift giveaway?
Oh, no, your odds are great.
Well, so I mean, no, because like my daughter.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're lucky. A lot of people have been very excited about this. So there are a lot of folks making donations.
That's
great. That's the idea.
Yeah, that's the idea.
We're raising a lot of money, but the odds are still pretty good. I mean, these are tickets valued at nearly $8,000, and a donation of just $25 gives you as good of a chance as anybody.
Yeah, like I said, I've done it 4 times for the Taylor Swift. My daughter's all over me. But for golfers, we'll go to the Super Bowl. I mean, this is a great opportunity, like you said, for a couple $25, $50 donation. How many opportunity? Like how many tickets do you get? Like I think you get like 100 for 25. How's it go?
Yeah, so if you donate $25, you get 100 chances. You donate $50, you get 300 chances. So the more you donate, the more chances you get. But every chance is equal. So our last couple of winners have been folks that have donated $25. So people really win. And if you don't have some extra cash to donate to a nonprofit, then go follow us on social media. And we give away a lot of cool stuff like rounds of golf, golf clubs, Taylor Swift albums. We're going to be giving away.
What about the necklace? You were giving away necklaces?
Yeah, and Billy's too modest to say so, but his daughter actually won.
Get out!
A Kendra Scott necklace.
No way! I didn't know that.
I was waiting to tell you on air. Wow.
No way! Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see that? Awesome! Oh my God, she's going to be so excited.
Yeah, I got to plug one of our incredible sponsors is Kendra Scott Jewelers, who anybody with a daughter knows is every teenage girl's favorite jewelry store. So they were kind enough to donate about 20 necklaces. We chose a winner at random, and it just so happened to be your daughter, Bill. So
Tim Chu, thank you so much.
Commercials out of this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's unbelievable. Tim Chu, I got to tell you, Ticks for Good. You guys do a lot of great things. Once again, give out all the ways that we can hook up with ticksforgood.org.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, but this is actually serious business. We're trying to raise a lot of money for some incredible nonprofits. So please go to ticksforgood.org. It's TIXFORGOOD.org. There's nearly 300 different nonprofits you can choose from. Find one you care about, make a small donation, and you're going to get a chance to win something incredible. Billy, thank you so much for helping us raise awareness and everything you do. Your daughter's going to be getting her necklace in the next couple of weeks, and everybody who's listening, if you want to win a big prize or maybe a small one, please go to ticksforgood.org or follow us on social media.
All right, Tim Chu, before I let you go, give me a prediction for the Philadelphia Eagles against the New Orleans Saints on Sunday.
I think we get things right. I think it's going to be a big win. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of points. If you're looking for a prediction, I'm going to go 32-24.
32-24. Tim Chu for ticksforgood.org. As always, thank you, buddy, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks, guys. Go Birds.
All right, go Birds. There he is, Tim Chu. How about that? My daughter won.
She was
I
going to be
hate that.
psyched.
Oh, my gosh. That's going to be awesome. What do I tell her?
That's awesome.
All right. That's so cool. 32-24. He thinks they're going to put – first of all, we haven't been able to stop anybody. Derek Carr, I mean, you got to get pressure on the quarterback.
They're scoring 40 points a game right now.
I want to address something. Josh called you a meek sheep. You going to get after him? What are you going to do? You let him call you that?
Well, he went. If you know Josh, now he
went biblical.
He's a biblical guy.
Josh he's well versed on a lot of stuff.
He's
like a jack of all trades,
as
a
much
master
as
at none.
Yes, as much as he knows about sports, he knows more about the Bible. So he did that. I was like, oh. What did I do?
So you just sat there and took. I'm
when I
listen to
PJ, I got to back out.
Try to stir it up, right?
You know me. I'm a positive. I'm like a optimist at all time. The Negadelphian, we are like we like are opposites, right? So I just gonna let him go.
Josh, he's letting you go. He's giving you a pass.
We went biblical. What am I supposed to do?
Dave's just too nice of a guy. Dave, even Dave, when Dave and Nick and I worked out earlier this week, Billy. Dave's just like, I'm a nice guy, Josh. You're the monster,
I said more than me. Not monster, bro.
609-403-0973. What's the Beagles' biggest problem? Offense, defense, the scheme, the coaching staff. I'm not blaming Howie Roseman because I was on board with all his picks. But these guys aren't playing. And I'm more worried about the defense than I am, frankly, about the offense. As bad as Jalen Hurts is, he hasn't played bad, but he's not done anything extra special.
Well, again, and there's a lot there that you just said. So, but I did want to play you this audio from Vic Fangio this week because he was asked by the meeting. Vic, he's going to tell you he's going to tell you what he thinks. He ain't afraid to speak his mind. And I got to tell you, Billy, a lot of Eagle fans are not happy with this answer that he gave earlier this week about the Eagles' struggles defensively, especially against the run.
Obviously played a lot of nickel these first two games because the teams are playing a lot of three wides against us. So, most teams' normal reaction is to play a good bit of nickel. I have to do a better job of coaching the guys on the technique and do the job better. I just haven't done a good enough job of getting that done.
You know what that sounds like to me?
Andy Reid.
Yeah, it's like he's not throwing anybody under the bus. He's blaming himself, which the players probably respect. But if they don't, they can respect that. But now they have to deliver. If the coach is saying it's on me, I got to be better. Then now it's time for the players to
let me bring this up.
Gotta have the players.
Josh disagreed with me a little bit, but let me just read off some basic stats. Okay. You tell me what makes sense. AJ Brown's out of the game, right?
Okay,
He's out. Okay, win-loss. With Brown, they're 28-8. Without Brown, they're 12-20. Okay. This is while he's been on, while he's.
But really quick,
part of
that number is AJ Brown wasn't here for an entire year.
So without. All right. So points per game with Brown 27.9, without 22.8. Completion percentage 65 to 60. Yards per game. This is what's crazy. 233 yards per passing per game versus 148 without him.
I think these stats are flawed because I think those are also including when Jalen was starting in 2020 when the team was bad. So now I'm going to double check this.
This has got to be him as a starting quarterback.
There he goes. He's going to double check.
Yeah. But that doesn't count for games that he's not playing.
But this goes back to the context conversation. Like for example, you look at Aaron Rodgers. We all agree Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer, right?
Absolutely.
So Aaron Rodgers has a better winning percentage when he has a top 10 defense than when he doesn't.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. But
so what do we say that Aaron Rodgers sucks now if he doesn't have a good defense on the other side of the field? We can find stats to create any argument we want.
Right. So we're thinking he needs to play better without AJ Brown. He can't use him as a crutch.
But, all right, but okay. So AJ Brown not having him in takes away the big play, and also they can double up on Devonta Smith, right? And And so, therefore, you're taking away a weapon. But the Eagles have what do we say about we like the Eagles offense? Look, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. So you're taking one player out.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is that what I'm not saying is here's an excuse for Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying I think maybe he's too reliant on Jalen Hurts.
I don't think,
because if he's putting that much. So remember last year he was forcing the ball to AJ Brown, and AJ Brown was complaining a lot if he didn't get the ball.
Right.
That was
right.
He was forcing it into him.
Right.
And when he forces it to him, he comes off as reads. So when you're off your reads and you're not going through your progression, you're not actually playing the offense the way it's supposed to.
I hate to say this. I just think that Jalen Hurts. Look, he played at Oklahoma. He played at Alabama, Oklahoma. What's his MO? Tuck and run. And I don't think that he stays in and follows his progression as he should. Because there are people that are open. His first instinct is to pull it and run. And guess what?
And that's an explanation I'm much more willing to work with, because that is something that
can't teach an old dog a new trick, Josh.
Well,
I guess here's another thing. Here's another proponent to that too, Josh. He's going to get hurt. The more he runs, the more opportunity he's going to get hurt, right? You don't want to rely on a running quarterback.
Well, listen, I think that's applicable to a lot of these guys. I mean, look at Andrew Luck. I mean, Andrew Luck was trying to run linebackers over at the end of his career.
Right.
So, I mean, the reason why, and I'm not trying to be dismissive of the stat, Dave. I think what Billy said is more tangible for me is because I don't need a number to see that. I can watch the game and see, like, for example, one of the reasons why your coach, Dick Vermeil in Kansas City, wanted Trent Green to come to the Chiefs was because Trent was such a high processor of information. Trent was so good at processing information, and Coach Vermeil realized, I need a quarterback who is going to run my offense the way I want it run, right? And I think the problem is, though, there is such a small percentage of quarterbacks who actually can efficiently do that. And it's not that Jalen Hurts sucks. It's that he's just not an elite level of processing that information.
He's not an elite level quarterback.
No,
he really
well,
isn't.
here's another factor. Which,
but again, really quick, before you said, Billy, there's very few quarterbacks who are.
Oh, yeah. I'm not. But see, here I'm a Philadelphia sports fan. I don't care about other people. I don't care why I want Jalen Hurts.
But then that's an argument that I as long as I sit on this side of the microphone or the board, I just can't accept it. If you're going to say the quarterback is this or that, then my next question is, who are you replacing him with?
Wow.
Who are you replacing the coach with? Who are you replacing the quarterback with? I just don't think it's that simple.
Well, if you are, these numbers would tell me a few things, that you may be way too reliant on one guy, right. Meaning you're coming off your read, you're forcing it to a certain guy.
If he's not open right away, boom, he tucks
and runs.
If you're
forcing it, and then,
but I don't think that you think that's because of it's A.J. Brown and the fact that he's used to doing that.
It's just like
he tucks it. His whole career has been tucking and run.
He feels a pressure that.
But see, that's not true either, because if you go back to watch him at Oklahoma, he ran a high-powered air raid offense under Lincoln Riley. That's why he was second in the Heisman Trophy voting. So I don't think it's that his instinct is tuck and run, Billy. I think it's that I don't think, to my previous point, he is a high-level processor of information.
You're going to hit your tight end, too.
We got to get going because strength and conditioning coach Jeff Hurd is next.
Just blame me. It's all my fault.
All right. Well, no, we got a poll, a text board question. We got a Twitter question. What is the biggest problem for the Eagles? The offense, Jalen Hurts, the defense, the scheme, the coaching staff, Nick Fangio or Kellen Moore. 609-403-0973. Also on our X platform at Locker Room 973. And Josh, we're on yours. What's your handle there? Twitter at Josh Hennig.
Oh, at Josh Hennig, on Twitter. Well, if you just go to 973 ESPN's Twitter, you could vote in the poll question or at the Locker Room 973. But it's probably easier to just type in one of your guys because my last name is ridiculous.
All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. We are going to be down there tomorrow at La Scala's Beach House for our Eagles pregame show. Me, Mark Grimes, Dave Klemic, come on down. We're giving away an autographed Kelly Green, Brandon Graham jersey to a lucky person that's got to be there at La Scala's, and Locker Room 97.3 ESPN t-shirts. Come on down and watch the game with us tomorrow at La Scala's Beach House. It opened last summer to rave reviews at your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll talk with strength and conditioning coach Jeff Hurd. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we're live at Ocean's Fanatics Sportsbook. We're looking back at the Eagles and the Saints, plus the Phillies weekend against the Mets. All NFL Week 3, plus football at 4 and more. It's all Monday, live from the Fanatics Sportsbook at the Gallery Bar Booking Games.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Go and again, again and again. Go and again, again and again.
How would you like to go to the 2025 Masters Golf Tournament? Go to ticksforgood.org to find out how you can win the grand prize of 2 weekend passes to the 2025 Masters, as well as plenty of other awesome prizes like Masters hats, t-shirts, and foursomes to your favorite South Jersey golf courses. Go to ticksforgood.org to learn how you can win these prizes. This sweepstakes is brought to us by our friends at Shane Orthopedics and the David Scales State Farm team.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer. Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks, favorite team. Parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screams. Go to the Gallery. Go to the Fanatics Sportsbook. Go for the win at Ocean Casino Resort. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, mainland product, and Mr. Everything, Josh Hennig. Now, nowadays, with the Klemic performance method, you teach people how to run vertical and all that stuff. Strength and conditioning is a big part of athletics.
Yeah, it covers. I mean, the jobs, the descriptions change now to be like performance coordinators or whatever. But that's what Jeff was to us. And one of the things that I'll bring up before even Jeff gets on here is that our coach Hurd, to me, I would never call him Jeff, but the thing that he brought to us was he was a scientist basically with a Fu Manchu and big biceps, you know, and he was like your therapist too. Like I was saying, we spent more time.
So he does more than just strength and conditioning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Conditioning of the mind.
Yes. We spend more time all season long with our strength and conditioning staff than we did with our coordinators, our head coach, our position coaches. Nobody more than you spend with your strength.
All right, let's go to the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room longtime NFL trainer, sports conditioning and strength coach, Jeff Hurd. Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, how are you guys?
So
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So what did you have, a Fu Manchu?
Yeah, I still got it. Yeah. I used to have a mullet, but now I'm just going with the high and tight crew cut, you know.
So, Coach, let me ask you this before we get started with some of the question that Dave wants to ask you. How important, let me rephrase this. When did strength and conditioning become a big thing in the NFL? You've been doing it for like 25 years, but like, when did it really take form?
Well, there was guys that were kind of doing it on their own, and then there was a couple guys that, the colleges started it early, Boyd Epley and those guys at Nebraska, and then NFL started hiring guys, and it just kind of evolved from there. But it's been a part of it for quite a while. It just wasn't in a formal setting, there wasn't a title or a guy that just did it.
So Coach, nowadays you have to. Each individual has his own program. Like if you're the strength and conditioning coach, you've been with Minnesota, the Chargers, the Kansas City Chiefs for a long time. You get to know the players, and it's like Dave said, it's like a science. So you have to set a specific training schedule for each individual, or for offense and defense. How's that work?
Well, the way I would do it is I started by position. And I kind of had a program for each position and the science part of it was, we didn't have all this methodology that they do now, but we would look at what their position required them to do. And then I tailored the program for that. And then once I identified individual weaknesses or imbalances, then I would, gear their program to address those, but it would still be the wide receiver program, but then they'd have their own individual things to address things they needed to get better at or imbalances, things like that.
We're talking with a longtime NFL strength and conditioning coach, Jeff Hurd.
Coach, I told you I'm going to try not to get emotional on this call, okay? Because
here break down again.
Yeah,
Josh.
Man. I got to play for. Go ahead.
I'll probably have to fight it off too, because you know how special you are to me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So this is the thing. I was the low man on the totem pole, and I was there for 4 years, right? Low man on the totem pole.
Right.
Whether it was Coach Vermeil, Al Saunders, our offensive coordinator, whether it was Pete Junta, who I'm related to now, Jeff Hurd, I spend the most time with. And when I broke my leg in a game in the NFL Europe, I came back. There was nobody at my hotel room, then my apartment, that was there more than Jeff.
Coach was there for you?
Right. He used to bring me over yogurt. Like when he'd fill up a whole Gatorade container of yogurt. He's like, "You keep taking this." He made sure that I got a bone stimulator. Right. This is going through the doctor, but he made sure I got it and it was paid for. He got me a bike. He got me a real nice Marin County, which I still have. He made sure I was always working out. He trained me like almost individually a lot of times.
Right.
He made sure I was up early. Yeah. He'd pick me up from my apartment sometimes because I couldn't drive.
So Coach, basically you're like a personal, like when somebody's recovering like that, you got to really put a lot of effort into like their diet, their sleep, everything. It's not just strength and conditioning. It's so much more.
Yeah, you got to make sure that because that's hard. To come back from something like Dave did, there's so many mind games and emotional games, and you just got to make sure that, they don't quit on you. Not that Dave would quit, but it just gets hard, like, can I do this? Will it be worth it? So you got you got to try to drag them along and help them through those peaks and valleys of rehab, because it's rough. And the thing is with Dave, you know, when Dave showed up, I really hadn't heard of him, and no offense, Dave, but but within like a week, I'm like, okay, this kid's special. He just needs to be under the lights, you know, the bright lights a little bit. And I remember telling Dick, you know, you guys found this guy. This is incredible. I think we got a diamond in the rough here. And so we ship him off to NFL Europe. And I remember when I got the news that he broke his leg, and it wasn't just a broken leg, it was pretty mangled. And, you know, I cried. I'm like, oh no, because this was the guy that I stood on the table for when it came time for cuts and everything else, because I knew he had something special. Had all kinds of raw talent, and he also had this joy about him that, you know, he loved football and he wanted to be the best he could possibly be.
They're
so
rare.
It made it easy to spend that kind of time with him.
All right, now
you got
you're getting me right now.
Yeah, if I can just, you know, I don't mean to turn off the waterworks here, but
Coach, he got me first. I'm going to get him next.
Dick Vermeil made you cry too.
Yeah, he did.
Coach Hurd, I did want to ask you, because you mentioned something earlier that I think a lot of our audience is probably looking at their radio or wherever they're listening or watching the show, and they're like, what on earth is he talking about? You mentioned imbalances. Can you talk a little bit about what you mean by that and why that's important to figure out for professional athletes?
Well, you know, they have such a short career, and it's important that, let's say a guy, you know, has a hamstring to quad imbalance, which is pretty normal. I mean, your quads are stronger than your hamstrings, but your hamstrings take all the deceleration and they take all the, you know, increase your stride frequency. And if they're left out to dry, you're going to pull hamstrings. So it's important that you keep that hamstring strength up with their quad strength. You know, we were always told it should be a 60-40 ratio. And if that falls behind, you're setting yourself up for failure. And a lot of it is if their glutes aren't firing, you know, if their glutes aren't strong, then it just leaves the hamstring out there by itself. And it's not built to take that kind of stress.
I remember, Coach,
these guys can deliver.
Coach, remember, I do this to this day with my people, right? I remember at the end of a practice, he used to basically figure out how much we ran that day. We would run that in reverse at the end. So all the receivers would go out and go backpedal for, you know, almost 800 yards.
He'd be like,
right? Yeah. So he did the math.
I remember we first started doing that. The looks were like, is this guy lost his mind?
Well, now
why am I running backwards?
But now if you think about it, like that's why your eccentrics turn to concentrics, your eccentrics turn to concentrics.
So let me ask this question. So the Eagles, AJ Brown's dealing with the hamstring pull. When a player, so there's so much money invested in strength and conditioning, and it seems like it's a big part of sports psychology, I guess. When a player goes down with a hamstring, does the strength and conditioning coach, like, do they look at you like, well, why did you get hurt?
Oh, 100%. That's the one thing I don't miss. Hey, if a guy goes home and stubs his toe on his table walking around his house at night, strength coach gets blamed.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everything runs downhill, right?
Yeah, right.
We always joke around and say we always got more credit than we deserve and a lot more blame that we didn't.
So you're like a quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. No, there's a lot of correlation there, or a kicker. You know, you got one job, right? Don't screw it up.
Coach, I wanted to ask you one more thing about the relationship between the strength and conditioning coach and the head coach, because, you know, over the years, you know, Nick Saban, he was famous for having the same strength and conditioning coach everywhere he went. Michigan State, LSU, Alabama, and
trusted him.
You know, the strength and conditioning coach for him was more than just the guy training the guys, as you've talked about. So talk about the relationship between the head coach of the football team and the strength and conditioning coach.
Well, it's crucial. It really is. And I've seen guys screw this relationship up too. You know, first of all, you got to build trust with them. You got to be on the same page with them as far as what kind of team he's looking for, you know, even by position. And then, it's just a trust thing. Like, and the other thing too is, you gotta have that relationship where you can let him know and he'll not bristle up at you. Like, okay, we need to push him harder. Coach, we need to back him off a little bit. So-and-so is going to help our club. He's good in the locker room. He's good in the weight room. Other guys, Coach, you know what? He's got plenty of talent, but I don't know if we can trust him. Those kind of things. And that's, yeah, exactly. Or he's going to break our heart later, even though he's enamored with all this talent. So, it's just a relationship thing, a matter of trust. And the other thing too is they want a guy who handles things. Like, the head coach has so much going on. If there's little things that you can take care of and nip in the bud or counsel the guy and get him right without the coach having to get involved, he really likes that. And then he'll trust you that if you come to him, then there's something he needs to get involved in. If not, I'm not going to be 5-0. I mean, that ruins my relationship with the players too. They don't trust you and the head coach stops trusting you, and it's just, you're a sheriff without a gun. I mean, you can really lose the weight room if you get a reputation of being that guy that just because so-and-so came in smelling a little bit like alcohol, you run up and tell the head coach. You handle that on your own with the guy,
Well, Coach, I gotta before we jump off here too, I got a couple quotes that I use that you, and I'll go, this is one of my favorites on the wall in the weight room. Ready? You'll finish it. There's only one way to kill time.
Work it to death.
Work it to death, baby. That was in the locker room. One of his quotes I'll never forget. Coach, you mean the world to me today. The person that I am, the pure person that I want to be, has a lot to do with who you were and who you were to me. And I counsel that back to the athletes that I work with to this day. I promise you, but I'm not who I am today without going through you. I love you with the love of Christ. There's nothing you can do about it. Thank you so much.
That's awesome, Coach. Real quick, Coach, you're the second guest of ours to make him cry.
Well, you know what? That makes everything. That's why I did what I did. Was not so much. I mean, yeah, the trophies, the championships, those things are all well and good. But when you get somebody who you've had an impact on their life after football, that's what makes it all worth it. I mean, 100%, Dave. I feel the same about you.
All right, Coach. Listen, man, we really appreciate having you on. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll do it again.
Oh, I hope so. I got some.
We got to get some stories.
You know,
we need some stories next time.
I got some stories.
All right, Coach. We got to run. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you again.
I appreciate it, guys.
Coach. There is Coach Hurd on the Tom's River Auto Group Sports Hotline. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The hunt for October continues this weekend on ESPN Radio.
Swinging a high fly out toward right field as it sails over the wall for a grand slam.
The Philadelphia Phillies sitting high atop the NL East head to Citi Field to face the New York Mets, who are fighting for a wild card spot.
On its way, go!
The Phillies at the Mets. Coverage begins today at 3:30 Eastern, with first pitch at 4:10 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
It's Phillies baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online. See you there. High five. Up top. Heck yeah.
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet,
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security,
Security win.
and 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Ends 9/22/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live in the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig. What a show today, huh? Moving fast.
We got to have Coach Hurd back on because he's going to tell some crazy stories.
All right, tomorrow we're going to be at Las Calas Beach House for our first Eagles pregame show of the year. I can't wait to get there. You got to come on down to Las Calas and give away an autographed Kelly Green, Brandon Graham jersey. Dave will hold it up. You can look at it on our X platform or YouTube channel. It's autographed by Brandon Graham. We're going to be down at Las Calas Beach House. Mark Grimes, Dave Klemic, and the rest of the Locker Room crew will be down there tomorrow, broadcasting live. And then we're going to watch the game at Las Calas. At halftime, we'll give away the Brandon Graham jersey to whoever has the biggest bill at Las Calas. How about
Mr.
that?
Negadelphian will probably run up the biggest bill. So
He's not allowed to win. All right. We're going to also be giving away 97.3 ESPN Locker Room T-shirts. Come on down to Las Calas. Can't wait for that. All right.
Be back. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I can't wait, man. We're having so much fun there. And Josh, you're going to be somewhere tomorrow. You want to give us? You tell people where you're going to be.
Yeah, so I'll be at the Doyle's Poorhouse in Tuckerton. We'll be having an Eagles watch party up there. So, Billy, you'll be live from 10 a.m. to noon, and I'll be at Doyle's Poorhouse from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. giving away prizes while we watch the Eagles lose to the Saints.
Give me, Josh, real quick, give me your prediction.
I have the Eagles losing tomorrow. I have them losing 31-28.
31-28. I'm not going to get yours. We'll get yours tomorrow.
Yep.
We're going to be at Lascala's Beach House. Come on down for all the fun tomorrow in Brigantine from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, and then watch the game. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Have a great Saturday night, and we'll see you tomorrow at Lascala's Beach House.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Tonight on Compass Media Network's coverage of NCAA football, a new rivalry is